make it clap.
Oh,
All right.
morning.
How about this, guys? How about we do that cold open? We'll fade into the story as if we were sitting here talking and it was so nonchalant.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, so we need to start talking about something, and then we got to jump into the
Okay.
story.
Can we do like the PowerPoint? Like.
What were we talking? Did you
transition
see
for,
the little
like,
transition I did in the? Did you see the transition I did on the
Yeah,
episode where it
yeah.
like faded? I found that and I was like, I gotta throw that in.
Reminding me of PowerPoint.
I can make a PowerPoint episode with like a
Yeah.
little clicker, like
Click,
Oh,
click,
jeez.
click. There's people who fucking do that. Like
laser
they'll
pointer.
do.
Yeah.
They'll like literally segment their podcast, and so they'll like kind of end a topic, and then it'll like transition the screen to their next segment. They probably take a break and shit in between there.
like sitting there like making like a green screen of like their PowerPoint behind them while they're sitting in like an empty room. And they click. And so yeah, this is the next point I wanted to talk about. And then like, oh shit, gotta skip that one. Gotta jumping around the PowerPoint like teachers would do in school, or they'd be like, I was supposed to take that slide out. My bad, guys.
Oh yeah, that
This is
one's for
fucking-
next year.
It's his butthole.
biggest like secondhand embarrassment fear was like watching the teacher plug like their laptop in and like thinking for like a split second something was gonna come up on the smart board.
Or like I would always think like sometimes it would be like their email. And then it would
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like
no.
them
And the
just, like,
second it
talking
pop up,
shit,
the second
you know,
it pop
like
up,
in
I'm
an email.
like scanning it like, like trying to just see
They talking
something,
shit.
trying to get anything out of it.
Looking at all the browsers they have open.
Yeah, reading the little like where it crunches down like whatever they're looking at, like
Yeah.
trying to decipher that real quick. See if
Yeah,
they're
or
on
the
any weird
tabs
shit.
like they already have open.
Mhm.
You know, like that kind of shit too.
I'm pretty sure my world
kinda-
history teacher had a Pornhub tab open one year.
That's
no
crazy.
shot.
Our theater
It was
teacher
like
was a
50
porn
tabs,
star.
though.
What?
You remember?
The big bitch?
Yeah, with the pink haired.
She was a
Theater?
porn star?
Yeah, she
That's
got
lit.
fired.
No way.
Yes, sir.
This was like pre OnlyFans too. Like this,
Yeah.
she was doing it for the love of the game. Like it wasn't even like a little side income. That's crazy. I didn't know that. I knew she like got fired, but I didn't know what she. I think someone was like, "Oh yeah, she fucked a student or something like that." But this chick is like,
No, that was the driver's ed teacher. He would fuck
What?
students.
crazy.
Yeah. He also probably like 4 or 5 years ago now, he got arrested for essay on a minor. Yeah.
Is he registered?
I don't know.
I mean,
It's,
he's got to be.
Yeah. It's
Yikes,
crazy.
dude.
I think the
Pretty
school that me and Josh went to because I started at Kellis when I was a sophomore. So like my freshman year of high school, I was at another school. The year like the year I started at the new school, it came out that the geometry teacher, and I had gotten my like pre-schedule and I was gonna get him as my geometry teacher, but I got a I don't think it's even on the computer.
Sorry.
You're good. Someone like sent me like a chain email or something from the school. Him and his wife got busted. He was piping students, and his wife was like covering it up for him.
Oh my, that's crazy.
Which is
It's
weird
like a
because
cuck-
this
like
guy
a
was like
cuck
a
incident?
this guy looked like a fucking like a dork. Like he was like a nerd, like a grown ass man that was in, you know what I mean, like
So it's
40
like-
something, receding hairline, glasses, and then his wife was like, I'm not gonna say she was like hot, but like out of his league, and it's like, damn, dude, like
Damn, that's
crazy.
like
Fucking-
cuck shit.
fucking that's
You're
weird,
gonna
right?
fuck
Yeah,
the student.
yeah, right. Like maybe she was fucking maybe she was the mastermind. Maybe
That's
she was.
crazy.
I could believe it, you know, like the
Yeah, they
weird.
probably had some like weird poly shit.
The
going
weird
on,
dynamic
for
where
sure.
she was like a somewhat attractive lady and this guy was a fucking dweeb.
yeah,
And he
yeah.
was also
Could you imagine
fucking
him?
students.
Did you guys ever have those nerd kids who would like have people pay them to jailbreak their iPods and shit, and then they would just like hack their entire shit and steal all
I've
their
heard
photos?
stories of that. I've heard stories of that where it was like someone like someone wanted their like iPod Touch jailbroken, and then like
Bro.
someone just fucking pulled like the whole scan of the
This one
iPod.
kid at my school would do it for all the girls for free, and he
Oh
would
my
steal their
God.
entire camera roll.
Damn.
He would hack into their shit, and then he would put like a program on it to whatever new pictures they took.
To where he
would
could like get
to.
back into that's.
That's fucked.
You shouldn't be
Jesus
knowing how to do all
Christ.
that at the age of like 14.
Bro, this was like 7th or 8th grade.
Yeah,
we
that's
were just
ridiculous.
we were just saving our our nudes from Snapchat, like with the apps. You know what I mean? So it's like
So they didn't.
you
They didn't
they
tell
would know you
screenshot.
screenshot, yeah, and then we would save it to our like calculator app,
Oh
but
my
it really
God.
was like
A
a
photo
photo vault. Yeah,
Oh, hell
that's
no.
what we were doing.
Wait,
But
so
But
like
we were
you'd open
we
it.
were playing the game.
You
bro.
would
like,
open it.
We
You
were
would
doing
open
it fair
it.
and square.
You would open it
we
and
were
it'd be a
stealing people's
calculator.
fucking phone. So it was like a calculator app, right?
Okay.
But that's what the picture was, and that's what it was named.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, you can change all that stuff now.
Yeah.
Like you can change the icon, picture, and the name of it now. But beforehand, you couldn't. So they would put apps on the App Store titled calculator and a picture of a calculator. But really, it was like a locked. You had to put in a passcode, like an iPhone
Like
passcode
in the calculator.
inside the
Like
app.
it looked like a calculator, and
Mhm.
you'd be like beep boop boop.
But
boop,
you'd
like
click
you were
on-
doing
Some
math.
of them were that high tech.
Did it
no,
work?
no, no,
Did
no,
it
no,
work
no.
as a
It
normal
wasn't like that.
calculator?
No.
It's like you click on the app, and then it's like password required.
Oh, so it's like a locked app.
And then it's literally just like a storage.
Damn,
app.
dude, they could have totally finessed it and made it look like a calculator too, and you'd have to enter like a specific.
I'm
I think
pretty sure
there
they
was
had
one,
some.
Yeah, there's like one or two that did that.
That's
but you had to
crazy.
pay for it or something.
But
Mm.
we found one where it was like a download app. Like literally, it was just called like downloads, and it was like a green arrow,
Mm-hmm.
and we could play music, download like rip music and put it on there, and then we could like have different folders with like nudes and stuff like that. So it was
okay.
like tons of shit would be in there. Like
It just looked like a
crazy.
bunch
We
of
started
download nonsense.
we started using like early Never shit in there too.
Really?
Yeah, and then when we would all ride bikes, we would all pull out this app. We would all have a playlist that we all had the same, and then we would like all three or four like sync, press play, and then like play music while we were riding
you guys
bikes.
are like riding bicycles
Just,
around.
in
Like
unison.
that's so funny.
Yeah, that shit was fun.
You guys are riding out to a synchronized playlist.
Mm-hmm.
Damn,
On our iPhones, because that's all we had. It's the only thing that made sense.
damn,
It's pretty genius.
dude. So it's been a little bit since we've had all three of us sitting down chatting.
Yeah, it's been a minute, huh?
It's been
Fucking
a
tis the
few
season,
weeks.
boys.
Yeah.
Tis the
Yeah.
fucking season.
Well, so we were supposed to record,
I hate this shit.
We were supposed to record a few weeks ago after a camping trip, but we took some fucking blows on that trip.
Yeah, I got a little sicky, eh?
Yeah, Gavin, I did, like, to be fair too. Like, I woke up that next day and I texted you and I was like, it's not happening. Like, it wasn't happening from me either. So
Yeah.
we came back into town. Me, Gavin, and one of our friends, we went up to go fishing and camping, but the bottle prevailed,
Got a little
and,
toasty.
and it got us. And we were supposed
Me
to
specifically.
we were supposed to link up the next day, and record, but we were in rough shape.
Yeah, shit happens.
But hey, gave us, the beautiful opportunity for me to stretch my legs in the solo podcasting sphere, and I think I'm gonna become like a men's help activist.
Oh, Jesus.
Something. No, I like doing that solo cast and talking about those topics, but
Yeah, I was watching it back and I was just thinking the whole time, like, there's no way in hell I would have been able to do
dude,
that.
so like I fucked up the editing at the end where I was supposed to
I've been
jump.
sitting here with fucking
There was one cut, so I went back and I looked at it
sucking
because
on
I
my
want.
fingers or something.
I wanted to know. I went 37 minutes no cut.
Damn.
So like I and then I kind of fucked it up at the end, but 37 minutes straight, I didn't have to make any cuts. I was kind of happy with that. I don't think I'm going to be able to get up to like an hour per se, but maybe with enough prep time I can make something that is about an hour long after I cut out all of my fuck ups and my weird little like ticks I was doing. I have like probably like a 3 or 4 minute window of clips where I'd like unmute my mic. I'd mute my mic because I'd fuck up what I was saying, and I'd be
hit
like
a Mr. Boss moment.
I'd like inhale, exhale, like close my eyes, like, and then I was like, here, I'll like reenact like how I did it. So like I'd be saying something like blah 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 blah, and be like, fuck. Unmute my mic. All right, so as I was saying, like, and I try to like jump back into it, and I would like fuck it up, and I'd be like, like
Yeah, it's like
there's clips of me, there's clips of me like mic muted where I'm like, God, and I'm like flipping through my notes all like quick, and then like, fuck it, okay, and then jump back into it and try and get back to what I was saying, but it was fun. It was cool. I liked it. It was definitely. I liked what I liked about it too was having to like change up. You know, when we shoot this, we kind of just set up the cam, get the lights on, so it's like you can see us. You know. And then shoot it, and I was like, maybe I should kind of go for like a little like dark. Busted out some like extra lights. They didn't really add much to the shot, but I had like the lights like all set up around here, and I was tucked back in the corner. I was like, this is nice. I hung out in that for like 20 minutes before recording to get ready, and I was like, dude, this is kind of.
Why, you hit the DMT pen?
Yeah, I hit the DMT card and I started spitting. No, I drank like way too much caffeine before that, and
You just gotta come up with like a punchline now. You know? Well, hello, buddy.
Yeah, you said that it was reminding you of that dude from TikTok, the one that makes like the hot cocoa and shit.
Yeah. It was cozy.
I was trying I had the music going in the background. I was looking for something that was like, I need something that's just like an hour of
I like how it was
ambient.
I like how it was cozy, but like still kind of deep. If that makes sense.
Yeah, hopefully I can I could build on that and try and make something cool with that, like a little side project. Do it like maybe like once a month. Little sit down, you know, a little check in. But it was getting like the first like jump and being like getting into it was hard for me to like get the ball rolling on like what I wanted to say, because I felt like I had to like preface everything I was talking about, because it was all stuff I wrote down for myself, like, you know, like reflection.
Yeah.
And I was like, how do I word this? Like, it makes sense to me, but how do I put it in words that I can say out loud to like an audience or like a camera at the very least? And I had to keep like telling myself, like, you're not talking to yourself. I'm kind of having like an open-ended conversation.
Yeah, right.
And that's what
true.
kept me from like falling into like a weird little corner until the end. I kind of lost the plot.
That shit is challenging for sure.
Mm-hmm. I
like doing. You guys ever done like a speech in class?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I remember
choking on your tongue.
Your teacher telling
that,
your teacher telling you to like record yourself doing it.
Yeah.
So you could like see what it looks like. And
Yeah,
I remember we had to do some presentation for like extra credit in high school. I don't know if maybe it was when me and you had English together.
No, it was
but
English. Yeah.
You'd get extra credit if you presented it, and like no one wanted to. So there's like two people. Basically, I did it because I had to. I was like, I need to get like as many points in this class as I possibly can.
No, I feel like we did. No, we definitely had one that was required.
No, yeah, definitely. But I think it was something like we had to write like it was like an opposing viewpoint, or like we had to bring up like a controversial topic, kind of, is what we were told to do, and like argue against it or for it. And I remember that was weird. But having to record myself read something and then watch it back on my cell phone, I was like, oh my fucking God, I hope I never have to do this again.
Yeah, that shit is tough.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure she's the one that told us to do that.
Yeah, I think so.
Speaking of, we're talking about, for just a reference, we're talking about the English 4 teacher we had that we referenced a while ago.
About the writing, the goat.
Yeah.
Miss G, the goat.
The goat. Yeah, she told us to, like, when we're doing public speaking or whatever, when we're prepping for it, to record ourselves and then watch it back to kind of get a preference.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to her for that. Hey, dude, maybe that's what I tapped into when I made that episode. I do like your idea, Gavin, of us kind of maybe using the channel to kind of do our like own little side projects.
Yeah, we
like
could
stuff like that. Like I know you want to do like hate watch stuff, which is always fun. And
see, like that sounds
welcome.
so easy for me, like bang out an hour type shit.
Yeah, just find like 3 or 4 things that you could watch that you could just like shit talk for an hour.
Yeah, as you guys know.
I like that idea.
I like to yell. Specifically on the
Call of
mic.
Duty montage.
Yeah. Tyler will make like 2013 Call of Duty montage clips.
Please, bro.
For MLG for our
I got the
esports
clipping
org.
software, bro. I'll get you guys the clips soon.
Yo, we can get a fucking Can you mount a camera on there?
On
Somewhere?
the helmet?
Yeah. Do that shit too.
I just need a GoPro.
Hmm.
Do
Pretty
that
cheap.
too.
Pretty cheap.
Yeah, dude, Tyler,
fire.
do a bike cast where you just cruise around and talk.
What's the new GoPro that came out? Hero 8?
I feel like they're on like the 10 or 11. I feel like they're pretty fucking.
Whatever one they
It's
just
the
came
Hero
out with
19.
is worse than the older gen. Because they took out something.
Oh, like the newest model is worse.
Yeah.
Because of like some reason, like for some reason.
They took something's a little bit bigger, so they had to make space for it.
Mm-hmm.
So they took out something else.
Yeah, I mean, also there's like action cameras are like a whole new world now. Like
360 cam.
this cam right here, like the Osmo. This is the first generation of this camera.
This one
This was like
good.
I want to say this was like $150 or maybe like $200, and that was like 4 years ago. I've had this camera for like 3 or 4 years,
Damn.
and it was like cheap then.
It's
I know the
really
cameras that they're making now for this are like insane. Like whatever new version of this camera, the 4 or the 5, is like nuts.
Honestly, I don't even think GoPros are like top of the market for small cams anymore.
No, I don't think so. Because like cameras like this, like so like, you know, when you watch like someone like on YouTube, you watch like GoPro footage, it always looks like, you know, you're watching like a GoPro.
Yeah,
right.
that's true.
Just the frame it's shot in. Or
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Like you
anything
just
else.
you can see it and you're like, oh, this is obvious. Like the way like the sky comes across like blue. It always looks like blown out and ugly.
Yeah.
It's funnier too if people like edit GoPro videos.
Yeah.
They could tell what GoPro they're using
Yeah.
by watching the video.
Yeah,
It's
That's
like,
funny.
oh, they're using this
But-
Hero 6.
Like
And the
with
360 cams too. It's like, wrong.
with this camera, it has like a the D-warp thing where it takes away that like bubble, that fisheye lens looking GoPro effect.
Okay.
And that's why I turn on for the podcast. So it looks more like a normal camera and not so much like an action camera or like a fucking GoPro.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty happy with it. I don't think we really need much more than this anytime soon.
Just need to get you a chest strap.
Yeah, for the fishing videos. I brought a head strap with me when I went up to Flagstaff, but we I think I told you guys all I caught was a crawdad up there. He pinched my bait on my hook, and I brought him in, and then I dropped him, and he kind of scuttled away. I was like, I'll cook him up, dude. Just like one little crawdad. he was like that
Just,
big.
like,
He
toss
was
him in there.
like a baby lobster, dude.
That's fine.
Like a 1-bite lobster tail.
Ugh.
I don't even think you could eat crawdad tails. I don't think there's like anything in there. I don't think you can eat much of a crawdad. You just kind of crack it open, and just
Crack it, eat the meat, and then you suck out
Just-
the innards.
give it a little slurp. Put that shit on crack-a-doo.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, it's I like the idea a lot of kind of bringing more supplemental content outside of just the podcast to the channel, because it's always like I think I said it in last week's episode. The reason why I was like even like comfortable doing that is because it's kind of like the you know the black hole effect. Like we're kind of just sending something out, and it's like, you know, there's no immediate response to it quite yet. So I don't really feel like a pressure
I got
of like,
immediate response from our second fan.
yeah, oh yeah, our second biggest fan, Dylan.
2 out of 2 fan.
Yeah, my brother and your brother.
Those are our only
And
fans.
our-
Oh wait, and my brother too. Let's not.
one of our
forget about this.
cousins told me she listened to this podcast before, and that kind of made me laugh because I was like, damn, it's weird like hearing like a family member be like, oh yeah, I actually really liked that episode. I'm like, you listened to it, all of it, like the whole thing.
That's funny.
But yeah,
Yeah, my brother usually says like it's pretty good or it's funny, and a lot of the stuff like he knows
Yeah.
what
Mhm.
we're talking about, so he's like, oh yeah, you're talking about Mr. Bernard.
oh yeah, he has the inside scoop.
Yeah. It's
No,
pretty-
yeah,
pretty funny.
it's funny being able to relate that to like a little group
It's
of
like an
people
Easter egg.
that are
No, we should have all 3 of them on.
a brother cast.
Same.
I think we talked
That'd be
about
funny, huh?
doing a brother cast.
We all go camping and then film 2 different camping.
Yeah, have 2 different podcasts. We
We
sit down for an hour and then be like, all right, guys, now you do it. Here,
There was your
here.
example.
Think it's so easy? Here, take the mic. 1 hour right now.
We should like tell them we're gonna do a normal pod and then like LARP the whole fucking session. We'll like come in like all dressed up and just fucking play these characters the whole time.
Yeah, just do something completely like in character for an hour.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
funny.
Ain't no
Who
way.
the hell?
All right, take a pause.
Who the hell? Yeah, we're gonna pause real quick. What song?
Switching my hose like my clothes. Switching my clothes like my clothes. It's like Playboy Cardi's and shit. I don't know who it is.
Is it Babytron?
I don't know, man.
Hey guys, guess what?
What?
Chicken butt.
Ice Spice is in Fortnite.
Ice Spice is in Fortnite now. Nicki Minaj is in Call of Duty.
She's
Swear to
been in
God,
Call
if
of
a
Duty.
video pops up of her yacht in my fucking For You page, I'm deleting TikTok.
Who, Ice Spice?
Yes.
The Fortnite yacht.
Mm-hmm.
My brother was showing me.
What's it looking
brother?
like?
Respect.
What's it looking like in Fortnite? Do it clap?
Definitely a jiggle.
Jesus.
Ooh.
Criminy.
She's
I'll
a
have to-
boss. She's got her own island.
She has her own island on Fortnite.
Mm.
Ice Spice Island.
Ice Isle.
Ice Isle. Interesting.
She's a boss.
Epstein Ice Isle.
She's a boss, and then when you defeat her, he showed me all this yesterday.
Mhm.
She's a boss when you defeat her. She comes like your,
like the
your
Doom?
companion or whatever.
No
Oh,
shot.
way.
And then
She
you can
follows you
sync
around like a pet?
emotes. Yeah, she shoots for you, but you can sync emotes with her, like her emotes.
That's crazy.
Like in the hood,
That's not okay.
do the dance.
You want to do the dance? We could fold the chair up real quick and you can show the camera.
No, I honestly,
I'll hold it for you so we get it all in frame.
I'm literally not gonna lie. I don't know the dance.
I think I'm starting
Starts
to
dead.
remember the dance moves.
Ice Spice is in Fortnite. Stop what you're doing
Are you-
now.
Are you guys still playing Fortnite? Is that like still
He's playing ranked now. He's like gold 1 or something.
damn. Does he play Call of Duty?
No.
No.
His PC isn't good enough right now.
Bro, I got the fucking Xbox One running Black Ops. I need to show you guys what after this, I gotta just boot up a game real quick and show you guys what.
After
crazy.
this,
Dude, it looks so bad.
I got to show you a YouTube video of what it looks like on the PS4.
Oof.
It might look about just the same. It's pretty fucking bad. That first round I loaded in with you guys, I was like, holy shit.
That is wild, dude. How far out is that gen? Like,
I think that exact Xbox came out in like 2016 or 2017. Like that one, that Gears of War model.
that's crazy. You can
'Cause-
barely fucking run COD.
Because I also had like a Battlefield 1, because my Xbox before this one was an Xbox One S, like the little one, not the big old VCR looking one.
The one I got you to sell?
Hmm?
The one I got you to
Yeah,
sell?
no, not that one. The one I got after that
yes,
one.
no, maybe so.
That one was like the OG fucking VCR Xbox. But the one afterwards was it's like military green. It came out with Battlefield 1, the World War 1 game.
Oh, yeah. I
And then
remember
that one came out with Gears of War 3.
So PS4 can barely run. That is fucking crazy, man.
Dude, it's like do you remember when they put Advanced Warfare on the Xbox 360? Do you remember that? I think you had it. I think
Yeah, it was pretty terrible.
it was before you got an Xbox One, you had that, and that I remember you booted into that and showed me that, and I
Advanced
was like,
Warfare.
damn.
I never played that on 360.
That was the
That was like
jetpack
what-
one.
Yeah, I never played that.
No. Oh
The
yeah, 'cause
last
you
thing
didn't
I-
you didn't jump to next gen.
No, I didn't. The last thing I played was Black Ops 2 on the 360.
Damn.
What about Ghost? You didn't play Ghost?
I don't think so.
No.
No,
I
last
think-
thing I played on Xbox, Call of Duty World at War or whatever, the newer one.
Oh, World War II?
Yeah, the one where you had like
Not
the,
Vanguard, not
you could sit
Vanguard.
down emote and then you slide across like the.
I think you played it. I think you
Oh.
played that one on PC. You tried to get me into that one, and
They dropped a ranked like 2 months late. That was the last thing I played with Tyler. Padilla
Oh
on
yeah.
Xbox.
No, we were playing that. Yeah.
I think you
That's
told
right.
me about
And
that
then
one.
I got a PC.
Yeah, we like stopped.
That was
playing
we were playing
COD.
fucking firing range like all the time, right?
That was
Yeah.
that was like. I remember when that COD came out. I think my brother bought it, and I played like 2 or 3 games on his Xbox, and I think that was when Fortnite came out too. So like, it was either go buy the new Call of Duty for $70, and
Or
it
hop
was
on a
like
free game.
not that cool, or just play like a free game, and yeah, Fortnite won that battle.
Double pump till season 4.
Yeah, I was into Fortnite
Haven't
for
touched it since.
a few months. Literally back then, like playing it around that time and never touching it again. I could never get back into it. I remember when I moved to when I moved to Florida, Gavin told me to hop on Fortnite with him, and I got on. I played, I think like 2 games with you and your brother, And I was like, nah, I can't do this.
I got it strictly for the little one. So we
Hey,
can,
but you
we
still-
can bond, you know.
Yeah, you still keep up with it. Did you ever get into like Rocket League?
No, pretty much just Roblox, and because that's what his friends play.
Yo, I
too.
used to play Roblox heavy. I used to play Phantom Forces.
He's playing this fishing game right now, I think.
A fishing game on
You know
Roblox?
the dress up the baddies game.
Like Dress to Impress?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've heard of it. I'm familiar.
That's
I'm
what my
very-
sister
Bro,
plays.
I'm
I
familiar.
tried to get him to play. Obviously, I was like gagging at him, but I was trying to get him to play it with me, and then I go in there like a couple days later, and he's fucking playing
You're
with his
trying to get him to
friends,
play Dress
bro.
to Impress?
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister.
Why are you
I was like,
psyoping
what the
your
heck?
brother? Why are you psyoping him?
What are you talking about, bro?
Trying to turn him unbased.
Nah, I've seen a lot of Dress to Impress stuff on Twitter for some reason, and I don't know why. Like, cause I don't know what it. I didn't even know it was a Roblox game. I thought it was just like its own weird Chinese flash game that people were playing.
Queso played it for like 3 hours.
3 hours of content out of that game. Dude, you gotta play Phantom Forces on Roblox. That's that like Battlefield 4 game that they made, where they
Just
have
play
like
BattleBit.
60 guns.
Just fucking play BattleBit.
What's that?
BattleBit?
Is that also Roblox?
No, but it's like that.
It's almost better.
Is
than
it that like
Battlefield.
blocky looking one that people play?
Yeah, the
it looks like
FPS.
kind of like
Yeah.
Roblox, but there's like a
It's
bunch of
Battlefield.
stuff in it.
Battlefield Roblox?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that game. Yeah, did you guys get it?
No.
No,
Andrew and I play it.
I forgot that game came out. Yeah, no, I remember that game being on TikTok for like 2 weeks, and people having fun with it.
I'm trying to drop 100 bombs.
100 bombs on Call of Duty or BattleBit?
Nah, Battlefield.
Okay. You're gonna drop 100 bombs on COD?
Got to get my KD
Is,
to it
is,
too.
is COD back? Because I just played with you guys that one night, like last night. I played and it was okay. Like I
don't know.
enjoyed it, but
It's whatever you want it to be.
Using that
is-
Model L last night.
are we back?
Maybe.
The Prime is coming back. If those Zombies Chronicles drops, you guys won't see me.
You'll just be playing zombies?
Yeah.
I feel like that's what, because we played the last Call of Duty I played
I've
with you
been
guys
fiending for zombies.
was Cold War, and the only thing that like made us go back to playing that game was when zombies would come out, like when the zombies
Bro,
DLC would come out.
That one was so much hard. This one is much easier. The zombies.
Yeah, I
Than
couldn't
the last
believe-
zombies.
Yeah,
I
than
couldn't
the-
believe
than the
last
one that
night-
Nathan's talking about. I feel like that
The
one was
Chungus
a lot
Among Us?
harder.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was.
because there's that first map that was, that whole
Around
thing.
like
And then the
17, it would get hard in that
Yeah.
game. This game, you could go till 30, and then it starts getting hard.
I don't remember doing the Easter egg in that first map on Cold War, but I remember we did the
You and I did that, but we did it on the second map.
the
Oh,
one
you
the
said
one
that
in the
Easter egg.
the,
Fight
the
the
like
fucking
island.
war.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
island where you're on like a beach. Dude,
Yeah.
that map was actually
Yeah.
sick because you'd get like chopper gunner and like they'd be like coming up off the beach and you just be like tuk, 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 tuk. That it was so
Oh, yeah, I
open. You remember
map.
that?
Yeah.
That was
it was
when
like Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a prison or something like on an island. That map was super cool. You can call like airstrikes in.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that one and the one that came after that with the skin that you have with that like robot guy. You're in like a city, like a 1940s 1950s city. There's like that.
I'm thinking of.
There's like that jail yard where like that spotlight, if it like saw you, it'd like fuck you up. I think like a machine gun would shoot you or something. There's like a spotlight that would swing around.
I'm thinking Mob of the Dead right now, or
I fucking don't
No,
remember
it wasn't Mob of the Dead. That's from Black Ops 2.
yeah, I know.
I'm trying to think if there's like something I could like point out from that. You would use zip lines to get everywhere. I remember that. But like you'd go into, it was a confusing map because you'd like go into a room like you'd be like in a 3-story building. You'd go into a room and then like the side of the building would be like blown out so you could jump down to the next
that.
building.
Oh yeah. I
There's like
remember
little
playing that
bridges
one, yeah.
everywhere.
I remember that.
And that robot dude, you can give him a gun. Or he might have had his own guns already. I don't. But you'd be able to use him to like he'd walk around and shoot zombies for you. The skin that you have.
Damn, I can't remember it.
I remember the map,
Stroking
but I
out.
don't remember any of that.
No,
Mm-mm.
I'm stroking.
I just
on.
remember that second map. We played that one the most.
I just remember the beach one where
Yeah.
we'd fight the fucking war.
Yeah, you'd fight the war, and then you'd have to. It would teleport you at the end to that big monster that you
Yeah.
would just sit there and blast at.
Yeah.
You know what our next challenge is? We got to get the calling card for beating the Terminus Easter egg at round 50.
Yeah, we do need to do that one.
I couldn't believe that we played for what, like 20 something minutes yesterday and did the Easter egg.
You thought that was 20 minutes?
How long was that? Was that like half an
That
hour?
was like over an hour.
Really?
Yeah. We probably started at like 1:30.
Dude, I felt like I wasn't doing anything. I felt like I was just running around like it was.
No, Tyler got off around midnight. Then we played multiplayer till Gavin prestiged. That was
Which
like,
was like a whole zombies match, by the way. My bad.
that was like 1 o'clock. We started the zombies match at like 1:10, 1:20.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yep.
Holy
It's
shit.
it's a fucking warp, bro.
Bro, see,
Just that Easter egg so
See,
easy.
like I haven't gotten on video games in months, and I lost 3 hours to it.
It is a warp.
That quick.
Yeah, my next solo podcast is going to be talking about video games. That's what I'll base it off of. Be like, dude, I sat down. I wanted to play like a few rounds of COD. Next thing you know, it's
Do you guys
3
know
o'clock
what
in the
Crash
morning.
Course is?
Crash Course.
Crash Course.
What's
It's
that?
a YouTube channel that do like video lessons on biology and chemistry and anatomy and neurology.
Is that the guy that we watched the video about the left brain versus right brain? Did he make that, maybe?
No, but it's very similar to that with the graphics and stuff. Should I start making those on our channel?
Yeah, if you can find topics.
You remember science in like grade school where it's the dude and the robot?
I remember that.
Fuck, what was their
I don't
names?
remember the name of that website. It was a website that teachers would like throw on, and it would give
they
you like
would
little
make,
lessons,
like 3-minute videos about like earth science or
like an orange robot.
it
You
looked like
remember- you remember
Futurama.
this?
But
I know.
for, like,
I know what you're
kids.
talking about. I remember watching these in
I
school.
remember.
Like teachers would throw it on, and they'd be like
So they
10-minute
didn't have to
videos.
teach.
They'd be like drawings, like very simple animations.
Like an animated dude and a robot would just draw how science works.
I'm trying to dig back right now. I think I'm trauma blocking some
Yeah.
stuff though.
I think so.
Fuck.
Dude.
I know what you're talking about now, but I can't remember. Just look up orange robot.
I remember.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Homestar. Is it Homestar? There's like an old animation thing on YouTube. Homestar something. Homestar. Yeah, that guy.
And the robot, Brain Pop.
Brain Pop. Yeah, Brain Pop. Orange. I love how you searched orange robot, and that's the first thing that came up was him. Search Brain Pop. That should pull up like a picture. Oh. Moby? Do you remember that?
I don't think so.
I remember this from school.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I can call back.
I remember my 7th grade science teacher painting her walls green because it keeps you awake.
She made you guys paint the walls? Like she made the students paint the walls?
No.
Oh.
No.
You walked into her classroom and it was painted.
She was a
green.
weirdo. She
Yeah.
played Halo on the Xbox.
That's crazy. Your science teacher was playing Halo
Yeah.
at school?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's just like, you guys are taking a test and she's just fucking clicking, clacking with a fucking Xbox 360 controller. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I really don't remember this.
Damn.
Huh.
Yeah. This shit hit. Not gonna lie.
You remember watching CNN
Oh my
with
god.
Carl
Yeah.
Seuss?
Yes.
Someone posted about Carl Seuss on TikTok recently, and I was like, holy fuck, I forgot about that.
Yeah. And Bill Nye. We watched some Bill Nye too, you know?
Dude, I remember one of my classes. They would make us write reports. Like they would choose like a day of what CNN posted for that day, and then they would make you go write a report.
A current
Current
event
event.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's
oh
what
my
we would.
God.
They'd throw that on, and you'd have to like fill out a paper and hand it in every day.
But they would make you do it on CNN.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I did. I
Mhm.
wanted to punch.
She
him
would
in
put
the
it on
face.
that. She'd put it on the the projector.
Yeah. And she's like, pick one topic that he talks about.
And then you just have to like write basically that you understood that he was talking about. Like you just had to acknowledge a topic. That's all you had to do.
I liked this part.
Yeah, I liked when Carl Zeus.
I liked when Carl Zeus says he likes his cheese drippy.
Yeah, Carl
Oh,
Zeus and his
ours was
puns.
different. Like we had to. It was like when you cite and resource or whatever the fuck.
Okay.
They would make us like it. They would give
Oh.
it to us as homework.
Have
Oh, we
did
did
have
that
a
too.
weekly one. It
Yeah,
was
we had a weekly current event where we had to like provide a link, and then
An
write
article, a
Do your
link,
own
do a
research on what they're
paragraph.
talking
write like a
about.
500-word thing
Yeah.
talking. I would do that like the morning of.
Yeah,
I'd wake up, sit down on my computer, grab a link, type it in.
Dude, we were doing Donald
go to
Trump
Gavin's
shit
house.
then.
I'd go to Gavin's house.
I
I'd
wanted to
print it.
punch him in the face, dude.
I'd print it at Gavin's house and
Yeah,
hand it in.
we were. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Because I didn't
Yeah,
have a
fuck.
printer. So I'd type it up, bring it on USB drive, boom, homework.
What the? Hold on, that was Kobos' class.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
At first, okay, so it started with that blonde lady. I can't remember her name.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we watched Carlos Zeus.
Mm-hmm.
But then in the other class is when we did the weekly.
The
ones.
weekly current event.
Yeah, I remember that.
I hated that shit.
I think we a couple of our topics were about Trump then.
Yeah, we were.
Most definitely.
We
I
were.
remember.
I'm just not I'm not a writer, dude. I can't do essays or
That's fair.
anything like that.
That's fair.
No,
My brain shuts off.
That's fair.
I'd be writing.
It gets easier, brother.
I'd be writing poetry.
It don't.
Start
I-
writing poetry.
No, I dead ass. I don't know if I've talked about this
That
on the
I hate
podcast or
poetry.
not. But I was in
hate
like
anything to do with writing.
I was in one of the special classes. Like my reading comprehension was not up to par with like my
Reading
grade level.
180.
Yeah, I was in Read 180 until high school, bro.
So was
What
I.
is that?
It's a
The
like
only
a-
reason they didn't put me in it in high school is because they couldn't take my electives away.
damn.
What's
It
reading
was like
180?
it was like
So-
stars or I can't remember what it was called.
You know how,
That
like,
sounds
that's
familiar.
Like, that's like in our public.
My
elementary
school is known as the retard class.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Because like you
Yeah.
know the kids
The
that would walk
shrub.
around that like were special ed or just had like
Yeah, it was like a special thing that we
all
had.
of them would go to that class and that was their classroom all day
And you were in that class?
for
For a
an
period.
hour. Like they would take away. They
Damn.
took away my computer typing class. That's why I suck at typing on the
Yeah,
keyboard.
there were some kids who were in there all day because they struggled academically, right? Like,
And then
Mhm.
there's kids that were failing in grades, like
yeah,
probably us,
yeah, exactly.
that they would put in that class
in
because
that
they thought
period.
we were stupid.
Yeah, so like I was in there for English. People were in there for math and
That's
English.
crazy because I feel like I didn't do good at school at all. Like I
yeah,
I
until
never
you
failed
realize
a
you were in
class.
one of those.
I never failed a class.
Yeah, try failing
me,
all your
bro.
classes
just-
every year, and then you'll get put in.
My
one.
math,
Yeah.
my math was like I remember math being like just something I couldn't grasp. Like once high school hit, math was like out of the question for me.
Freshman math was like, it was like second nature to me. But then the class right after that, I was like, oh fuck.
I
yeah,
I remember
deadass
doing
same in high school. It was like math was so easy, but English, like, bro, I just couldn't. I
It was the
deadass
other. If
could
I
not
like
write a fucking
tried,
paper.
if I tried to do something in English, I could like make it happen. Like I could get away with it. But
If I knew
Not
what
me,
I knew
bro.
now, it would be easy because literally all it is bullshitting.
yeah, what writing?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
It's all.
we call it fluff.
Yeah, no rough draft. Straight to Microsoft Word, and I would just pump out whatever I could
That is
and hand that in.
crazy.
That was like my strat was not writing a rough draft. I could like sit down and do like two pages typed out, but I couldn't if I had a rough draft. It would take me forever to like handwrite it and then like translate it over.
Yeah.
It was way easier for me to just like write down like what do we have to do, like a thesis, right? Like the opening paragraph, 3 body.
Yeah, and they taught us in high school about like outlines. and it
Yeah,
was, like,
I
you
would
do
make
your-
that little outline of just like what I need to
thesis.
say,
Yeah,
and then I would just be like, okay, plug it in, like boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom.
it's crazy. Came a long way. I just did a English class recently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How is that?
A
How's-
plus, light work.
What a star student.
Bruh, it's so
What
easy.
a star student.
Also, same thing. Like, I got a research topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Chat GPT?
Just give me
You're like,
something.
explain this entire topic to me, like in a general aspect, because like they let you use generative AI, but only in the general aspects, if
Mhm.
that makes sense. So when you're doing like critical quotes and like analytical research, you kind of do that on your own anyway, because you want hard sources. But when you just want to like understand something a little deeper, or you need a little more structure, like an outline, bro, I was leaning on
Have you
ChatGPT.
seen
It's
people
fucking fire.
playing with that notebook app? Where you like take like you take like a whole book. You just need like to be able to copy and paste the text. You grab it and you drop it in this, a book, an essay,
Yeah.
a research paper or whatever. And it's 2 AI voices. It's a girl and a guy that go back and forth talking about whatever it is that you need the information from. like it's a
What?
podcast.
Really?
Yeah, it translates it into like an
What?
hour.
Into, like,
it's
a
weird.
lecture?
It's kind of like no. This is like this. Like
Really?
yeah, what's crazy about that is like blah blah blah. You know,
Damn.
and he was you know he resided in this area until 1959.
Like you just
So
asked two
sweet.
random people.
Like two
about it.
random people have like making a podcast about that topic.
Bro,
Not
just
even
think-
that. Like you're in a coffee shop.
It's so cool.
That's kind of
because
what it sounds like. Yeah.
You can deliver it at so many different levels. That's so fucking awesome to me. Like how we're just talking about how we struggled with like reading comprehension or whatever. Like if they were able to deliver like that to us, bro, I would be able to just sit
Well,
there and fucking.
I'm
do,
someone like I've probably
Damn,
listened
that's fire.
to like the most podcast content out of all of us.
I
Like when I was living
could
in
agree with that
Florida,
statement.
when I was living in Florida is when I like started to like listen to like when I listened to podcasts instead of like watching YouTube or something. I would just listen to something while working. And by the time I got to Colorado, I was into all the comedy podcasts, into Joe Rogan and all that.
no kill Tony though.
But podcast audio is like
And Tony will
so it's so easy for my brain to like grasp. Like I can just keep listening to podcasts. I don't know about that AI one. I don't know if I could like sit there and listen to two
I didn't even
robots.
start listening to podcasts till like a year ago.
Yeah.
I always get hyped when I see a book that I really like and as an audio version, and then I'm like, oh fuck, I need to remind myself like. If I click play and I don't like the voice, I'm not gonna.
I
I'm
learned-
not gonna be able to
I
do
learned
it.
I learned my lesson with that. I got Audible for a few months, and I got
Yeah.
some like good like classic books to listen to like fall asleep. I was using them to like fall asleep.
Cringe
then
voices.
I saw like a book I wanted to read, but the book itself was kind of hard to get. So I got the audiobook on Audible. I bought it, and then I played it. And like 30 seconds in, I was like, I can't fucking listen to this guy. Like and now I just have this book that like I can't listen to.
Yeah.
I
I
listened
my
to
listen to.
Rick Rubin, that book on. You remember when we went camping? When me and you went up to Woods Canyon, and I was telling you about that Rick Rubin book about creativity.
Maybe.
It's narrated. He reads it. It's read by Rick Rubin, and he did a pretty good job on that one. Like when it's like the person who writes it, they kind of put like a natural inflection on it because it's their own words.
Yeah.
It made it really easy to listen to. So I was able to get that was like a 6-hour audiobook. And
It's almost
normally-
really easy to tell that they're not the ones that wrote the book. When they're
yeah, like
type shit.
professional
right.
book readers.
Yeah, because people hire
Well, because like here, I'll pull up Audible real quick and tell you what I got like in my library.
people talk about it all the time where they write a book but they can't fucking do the audio because they just can't. So they hire somebody to do it.
Yeah. No, yeah, I've heard people talk about it too. People talk about recording their own audiobooks. Like stand-up comedians writing a book and then recording it.
Yes.
And them talking about like how it's kind of it's
That's fucking hard.
because it's not like sitting at like a table. It's not like sitting
It's
down
not like having a
in a
conversation, you're
chair
reading a
holding a mic.
script.
You're sitting in like an audio booth, which like
Yeah,
if you don't
yeah.
make music or you don't do that already, it's probably really awkward. You know, it's like
that,
sterile.
and you need like a tone of voice and you're reading
Mhm.
a script and you have to hit the punctuations perfectly and
Can't sound all weird.
Yeah, so the Creative Act by Rick Rubin, that book's like 6 hours. I was able to get through a pretty decent chunk of it just because it's him who wrote it. Like
yeah, that
it
makes
feels so
sense.
natural to listen to. But I got like a couple of history books on here. Like I got a Napoleon book that's like 33 hours long. And the guy who reads it is just very like plain voiced.
Oof.
And I got another book that's 20 hours long, which is about like the American frontier, like pre-Western expansion and all that. Like when they were kind of like figuring out like how to start moving west in America. And that one is just like the intro is like 30 minutes of him just introducing people, and he'll be like talking. He'll be like, "Oh yes, and Roy Lafayette." Like he'll hit like a French accent and then like talk about them and be like, "Most noted for he was killed in 1772 after his brother poisoned him." Like it's so funny because it's like 30 minutes of that, and then it's like, all right, we're gonna talk about like, well, he's not like casual about it, but like it goes from like just listing out all these important names like chiefs of like tribes and stuff and French settlers, and
You know
'cause
what's
the French did a lot of that Western settling.
Yeah. You know what's fire about like fantasy books or like any sort of fiction that you like
Mhm.
in that aspect is like you can just throw in some fucking headphones, just lay in like a quiet room, turn off all the lights like you're gonna go to bed.
Yeah, I have another
then
book.
just,
I have
like,
a
bro,
book. I have a book on Audible also that I
Dude,
got
it's fire,
for that.
bro. It's so
No,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
chill. It's
even-
chill.
It
It's
is
chill.
chill, and you can get a little more vivid with it, like when the lights are off and shit. I don't know.
It's chill. I get what
Close
you're
your
saying.
eyes.
I get what you're saying. Like
It's
if
sick, and then
the-
you like
the
pass
setup-
out, and then
the
you wake
setup
up
that
and
I
you're
had.
like,
The setup that I had for last
Whoa.
week's episode, like the solo episode, if I like threw earbuds in and just listened to an audiobook and like had like a blanket, I would probably like pass out.
yeah.
Like the way the lighting was
Yeah.
and like getting like in the corner like that, I was
Yeah.
like, dude, I could maybe just like fall asleep back
It's
here.
just fire. It's fire, especially when it's like quiet.
Yeah, fantasy books. I like listening to fantasy books too.
Me too. Me too. I'm into sci-fi. I'm not gonna lie.
There's a really cool sci-fi. It's called the C.S. Lewis the Space Trilogy, I think, or the Sci-Fi Trilogy.
That's cool.
The dude who wrote Narnia wrote a sci-fi series that's really funny because I think I may have talked about this on the podcast before, but it's funny because they're describing a spaceship, but they don't, like, spaceships aren't a thing yet, so they don't know exactly what to like say. So he's like, it's like a house with wings, and it has one big window, and it's supposed to be like I want to say the guy who you're following in the story, it's him and two other guys. Basically, it's two guys, and they have like the city, like the town moron, like the simpleton, and they were gonna make that guy go with them to Mars. But this guy,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like a college professor in England, and he's like doing this thing where, I guess like back in the day you would have these like trails through like England that you'd walk like for like days. Like you'd wake up, walk. In one day it should take you, it should take you like less than a day to get to this area that has this town with this inn that you could stay at, and then you just like keep doing it. And he's like talking about how he's enjoying his time off from work and he's walking, and then he stumbles upon a house and there's these weird guys working on something, and I think they like kill that the simpleton guy, and then they knock this guy, they give this dude like drugs that makes him pass out, and he wakes up and he's in a house with propulsion, a
What?
ship that takes them to Mars.
Brother, you lost.
It's
me.
it's crazy. It's a cool book though, because it's like they don't have the
waiting
words
for the
it
probing
yet.
part.
No,
I feel like I just got probed. What the fuck just happened?
I don't think there's any probing in it.
Nathan just fucking.
I'm trying to think back. Hold on, I'm thinking back. Hold on, let me.
What the fuck is it called? The fucking lobotomy? Or whatever?
Yeah, through the eye right here.
Yeah. I just got fucking Jesus.
Yo, I know you guys don't do this though, but reading manga, oh my
Yeah,
god,
no, I
is
don't.
some of like the best shit.
How many books you guys think you guys read?
Like
all
all
together?
time
Yeah.
I don't know.
from
Honestly,
like
probably hundreds now.
from like.
That's crazy.
So I learned how to.
I could probably count them on my fingers.
I
How many
learned how
books I've
to.
read.
I learned how to read. Like I learned how to like. I want to say like second grade. I had to get a permission slip. This is so stupid. I had to get a permission slip to
remember
check
this.
out like a chapter book because like the teacher was like, no, like you're
It's
not.
above your reading.
It's above your reading level, and I'm like, dude, no, it's not. Like I want to read that, and it was something stupid. It was like the Treehouse, whatever the Magic
Magic
Treehouse
Tree-
books. I wanted to check those out for myself. Like the teacher would read them to you, right? Like she
Yeah.
would read to the class, but I wanted to check out the books myself and read them. And I had to take a piece of paper home to my parents that they had to sign, so that way I could check those books out. But after that, like it would probably be like I could crush like a chapter book like once a week. So that was from like first or second grade all the way up until high school. I was able to like check out a book and like crush it in a week. Like before having to go back to the library, like when you'd have like your library period.
I think the last book I remember reading was The Outsiders.
In like 8th grade. Like along with the class.
Yeah.
Okay. I
And
was
then
like,
you watched the movie.
yeah, like reading the book and then watching the movie in class.
I jacked the book though. I took the
That's a good
shit
book.
off.
That's a good book. I feel you.
It still got their sticker on the side.
I remember reading that book in school and liking it. But yeah, like I liked reading a lot as a kid. And then once I got to like high school, I kind of gave up on it. I would read like little.
It's like totally the opposite for me. Weirdly.
You feel like you got more into it the older you got?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and then I
In
hit,
high school, it like kind of all clicked. I was like, I need to read more.
I hit like a stride too. Like
More knowledge.
when I got really into
Not
the
even that. I read a lot of fiction. Just kind of like practice
Mhm.
almost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I hit a stride in Colorado where I think I got really into The Witcher, so I bought all the Witcher books and I read them.
Nice.
And
That's
I liked those
fire.
books a lot. But I think it was when I got the game and I was playing the game a bunch, and then the show was out, so I watched the show and I was like, you know what, fuck it. Like everyone says to read the books. Like I like this. I like the video games a lot. I like the show.
I got a book series at home.
What's that?
The Twilight series.
The Twilight series.
Oh.
Why do you have the Twilight series?
Yo,
I have no idea.
since you brought that up, the world building that I can't remember the author's name that she did fucking is insane.
For the Twilight series?
Yeah.
Dude, those books are fucking
Are those books? Those
giant.
books are like meaty, right? Like I think I
Mhm.
remember like people
Each book-
having them.
Each
Yeah.
book is like this thick.
The world building is crazy, bro.
Did you read them?
No, I
No?
did not. I just have watched.
Yeah, I got that, and then like half the Hunger Games.
That's cool.
See, I think that's. You want to know what's
That's
funny?
one I couldn't get into.
The popular, like that was like what everyone our age would read, right? Like in fiction, they'd read like the dystopian fiction, young adult fiction stuff. I think that's what made me stop reading, was because I was like,
Oh,
this
really?
shit's all the same, and I
Mm.
hate all of. Like I think I read Hunger Games.
I was reading a
Mm.
lot of Goosebumps.
Hell yeah,
Goosebumps.
Hell yeah. I like Goosebumps. I fucked with Goosebumps as a
Bro,
kid.
that shit was low key scary.
Dude,
reading
I
it.
used to check out Goosebumps books and be like, fuck, dude, like.
And
I'm sweating watching.
Cheese and
reading
say
what's
it.
die.
what's the Bones one called? Fuck.
The comic, the
Yeah.
They had all
graphic
the
novel.
pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, the graphic. It's called
the-
Bones.
It's called
It's called Bones,
Like
yeah.
the dog.
They're like
Kinda
little.
Like a dog.
I know what you're talking about. I read those. I would
Yeah.
buy those at the like whenever the book fair would come
Yeah.
around. I'd buy like the big.
It's just like scary mythical creatures.
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
random
yeah.
places.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that shit. That shit was
I
fire.
Those are
those.
sick. I remember I went to a
It's like
school.
Mr. Mythos videos.
Yeah,
but
dude.
in a book.
Yeah, one of the schools I went to had a bunch of Kingdom
remember.
Hearts manga, like graphic novels.
Really?
And I remember I checked them out and I read a bunch of them. And then like I was trying to find more books like that in that library, and I found the librarian. Every time Scholastic would come around, she would get for the school. She would get those Bones, graphic novels,
Mhm.
and she like filled up the shelves with them. Like she
That's
wanted like
sweet.
because kids liked them a lot.
Mm.
They were cool. I mean,
Yeah.
cool enough for us all three to remember them from
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
I liked those a lot.
That's true. I read a manga book in like 6th grade. It was like a Sudoku one. I can barely remember it, but it was like fucking checkers or whatever. One of the game
Interesting.
mangas. Yeah. That was the first manga I ever read.
That was the first one you read.
uh-huh.
I got a.
It was really hard for me to read it backwards, but I did it.
I think in like 3rd or 4th grade, I got an issue of Shonen Jump
Really.
from the book fair. Like they came by and it was like you have to bring like $8. Like you'd bring cash and then they would like order it to the school for you. And I remember like they called me up front, like to pick it up, and it was like in this like sealed bag from Japan and like all this. It came with a Yu-Gi-Oh
So
card
sick.
that was like so
Damn.
fire. It came with a free Yu-Gi-Oh card. It had.
bro.
I remember One Piece was in it at the time. There was a manga that just came out that I ended up reading later. That was about like a weird like apocalypse sci-fi world, and like the mailmen were like they would travel through like desolate like hellscapes to like deliver mail. Like mail was like important,
Yeah.
so like they had like guns and shit. It was super cool.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. If I got my fucking little kid hands on Bleach or fucking One Piece at the time, I feel like I'd be done for.
What? That's okay.
I'd
So
be toast, bro.
I
what's
need to
funny about
watch
that?
Bleach
You know how
still.
teachers would have like their own libraries in their class. Like they would bring
Yeah.
their own books that you could like.
Some of them.
Some teachers, like not everyone.
Yeah.
So
My teachers would sell snacks.
I think the reason why I wanted to the reason why I bought the Shonen Jump was this one teacher had a huge bookshelf and she had a bunch of old Shonen Jump magazines,
Really?
which Shonen Jumps were like that thick and they were like the size of a magazine.
I don't remember.
No,
any of
do you
that.
know what you
Mm.
know what they are though, right?
Kind of.
It was like
they're
uh,
like the ad, like kind of like the Scholastic.
you'd get like four.
fucking-
Well, you'd get like 4 mangas into one book that came out, I think weekly or monthly in Japan. So you'd be able to like without having to buy like separate chapters. They
Oh.
would come like
Oh, that's
syndicated,
cool.
and then like you'd get like introductory, like a new one would come out, it would premiere on Shonen Jump. So she had a bunch of Shonen Jump because her son would read them growing up, and then when he left for college, he was like, just have all of these. Like
That's cool.
she brought them all in. So I think that's what got me into manga and anime and shit. Was
Nice.
I think I read Naruto like for the first time.
That's
Was in her
fire.
class in like 3rd grade.
Yeah. But manga's
fire.
dope because it's just like an easy read. Like
Yeah. Well, the artwork in them is really cool too. Like
it's
in
fire.
terms
Like
of
it's like graphic novels. So yeah. And
Like-
and it's like it feels like the pacing is so much better than like the anime, for example.
hmm
Think so?
I have
Yes,
I have
bro.
I have a Junji
Yes.
Ito. I have a Uzumaki
Pace.
hardcover that I've read a few times.
It's like 20 One Piece episodes. No, it's probably like
4 or 5.
maybe no, it's probably like 20 One Piece episodes in a book.
Are we talking like the big
Yes.
omnibuses or like single chapters?
The whole book. Or like the whole volume, sorry.
See, I've never read like a manga alongside
Watching.
watching it, so I don't know what like the pacing's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's like
I don't
so
know.
you know
I wa-
okay,
Because
you know
mangas
how
usually
how,
finish up well before.
you guys
the
have all
anime
seen like
does.
memes where they laugh and cry
In the
about
manga
how,
and the
or
anime.
how in the anime and like fight scenes where it's just like back and forth and it's like standoffs and shit. Like Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball
is
Z's 4
notorious
episodes
for it.
of 2 people standing 50 feet
Yeah,
from each other
yeah,
talking,
all
and
of
then
those
they
memes
come
and
in,
stuff.
they fight, and then they back up.
So the thing is like in the manga, that's that's like a couple panels maybe. Or
Mhm.
that's the time where they take a full page and do like a huge artwork.
That like bounces page to page, like
That's-
where it takes the whole.
Hold the
2
whole
pages
two
together.
pages up. Like that's what that instance would be, and then you'd go into the next part, and then they'd be fighting again. So it's just the pacing is a lot
Mm-hmm.
more instead of, and then you go back to the anime after reading that type of pacing, and you sit there for 15 minutes and watch it go back and forth as they're like talking shit to each other, and you're like, okay, this kind of fucking sucks.
Watching it versus just like being able to read through it.
That's what I'm talking about for the most part. Is just strictly those instances, if that makes sense to the pacing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then
The
like
only-
one book is probably like 20 episodes.
The only
so-
manga I've seen is it's like some soccer one, and that shit looked ass.
Like at school or something.
Nah, Tyler was streaming it,
Like
There's
he
just
was
like
streaming,
a-
like reading it.
scrolling.
There's
through.
just like a different cadence to it. So like for example, Bleach, you guys know with the what's the key their aura? I forget what they call it in Bleach.
Spiritual pressure.
Is that what it is? Fuck, I'm blanking right
Doesn't
now.
he say something like you know when that music plays the
Like no, you know it. You know
Mhm.
in the anime when like they get the screen gets all weird and like they
Aura.
like, feel the fucking aura, right?
Mhm.
In the manga, it's just
So
fucking
much
these crazy ass lines
aura.
all the time. So it just makes a different like cadence.
Okay.
Yeah,
You-
shit is fire, bro.
Hmm.
I'm saying.
You got the entirety of Berserk on manga, don't you?
Yeah, I did.
Like the whole well,
I'm
up
missing
to what was
41.
published. Up to what was published
Mhm.
before what's his name passed away.
Yeah, they're all sealed. My Chainsaw Man isn't. I've got the
You read through those?
I've got season 1 and season 2 in the books. If y'all ever want to read it, because they're not sealed.
I feel like you could read that in 5 minutes.
You could read one book in like an hour.
Yeah, I think the big thing with those is like as a kid, like to get my like worth out of it, because I think one of my friends had like the final chapter of Naruto.
All
Where
I can
it's
think
like-
of is just like Captain Underpants.
You remember
Fucking text box.
you remember when at the end of Naruto when it's Naruto versus Sasuke at the bridge where it's like the two big statues like pointing at each other with like the waterfall. They like
Yeah,
fight each
they're-
other. Sasuke gets like those like his skin turns all gray and he gets those like
His-
devil horns
Yeah, his fight before he goes to fucking
and
Orochimaru.
he blasts a fucking hole through Sasuke's like chest. Like it's a hole straight through him.
Mm-hmm.
I had like one of my friends gave me like the copy of that final chapter, and I reread it a few times. But I remember like thinking to myself as a kid, being like, yeah, you could obviously just like flip through this and read all the text in 5 minutes. But the big thing is like looking at the art, like trying to
I
like
guess
make it in your
that's
brain.
that's
like
another thing I didn't mention is the censorship. Like, there's loads of animes that will censor. Like One Piece manga is way more graphic than the
More
anime.
titties.
Yeah, dude, the fucking that Naruto, like I said, he blasts a hole through him, like he's like coughing up blood and like, dude, it's gross looking. It's pretty fucking gross.
Like it's like you see their whole rib cage.
Yeah,
And like their intestines spewing out, but in the anime, it's just like a hole.
or like blood spray to like
Blood spray, and then just like a
Just
hole.
video
that's
game
it.
shit.
Type shit. Yeah. So that's another thing.
They
too.
get a little more expressive in it because they don't have to make it like kid friendly to get on TV. So they
Yeah.
go a little more ham on the artwork.
Yeah.
But I remember
And
that.
that's the big thing with Berserk too. The whole reason why I own the manga is because they have not done any anime that has been
They did
up
the
to par with
the
manga.
1994 Berserk, but that is such a small window of
It's
the
sort of-
Berserk story.
It's so small.
It's good though. I like
It's-
94 Berserk is
Yeah.
the shit, but it
It
like
is.
you got to watch it as like its own thing.
Hmm.
I think they should just I think
I
they're
don't-
stupid. They keep fumbling the bag with that, trying to
Yeah,
make like
they-
that 3D CG anime. Like I don't hate that cuz like I like King and Ashura, like Baki, like, you know, how Netflix does their anime with that like sub 3D artwork.
Yeah.
It looks a little funny sometimes, but like King and Ashura, you know, like the newest season looks fucking fire. They got
I
the
still haven't watched
style
the
down.
movie.
But like the Berserk anime, like those movies they came out
Yeah.
with look like trash.
This
Like
is-
visually they're not enjoying. But like the 94 Berserk feels like they
it
should
does feel like
they should
Berserk,
try
the
and just
94
make
Berserk.
like the old animation style, and they should try and actually make a Berserk
Dude,
anime.
no one's gonna want to publish that type of like plot though.
Everyone loves it though. Everybody
Everyone
wants
loves to
it.
read it, but nobody wants
Berserk
to put
watching
it on TV.
watching Berserk was pretty like watching it, like the scene where Griffin like sacrifices like the band of hawks.
Yeah.
Like they're in like the demon world, and there's like a demon like falls over, like he trips, like it's supposed to be like funny, and he crushes like 6 people, and like they splatter like their bones, and then there's like turns, and then there's like a young character, like I don't want to say it was like the kid that was in like the band of hawks, but like he's like eating one of them, like he has like their arms and their fucking like legs hanging out of his mouth, and they're all like, Griffin, like save us, and Griffin's just like standing there like
I don't even think I've watched any of that anime.
Oh man.
pretty
I don't even
fucking.
know about it.
It's all actually it's
Still have to
all
finish Bleach.
it's in its entirety. It's on YouTube.
Still need to get
Berserk
back
Oh,
94.
to
really?
Yeah, you can watch. It's subbed, and there's
That's cool.
there's like
Isn't it on Crunchyroll?
probably it was on
Pretty sure it
Netflix, I
is.
think.
Pretty sure it was on Netflix
But
for a while.
but you can watch like it's not like episodes uploaded individually. It's like the entirety of it edited together, so you can like sit down and watch it in like one
Nice.
sitting. They cut
That's
out all the
fire.
little ad breaks and
Yeah.
stuff, so that way you can just go
Stuff.
through the whole thing.
You should give that a watch.
Mm-hmm.
You guys got me feeling
I-
for Bleach right now.
I remember
I fiend for Bleach all the time.
I gave Tyler the most like curveball throw ever when he first got into watching anime, and I was like, because he was watching like all the Netflix stuff like Baki and all that, and I was like, oh yeah, dude, I just
the first
watched
thing I watched was Naruto.
the soul crushing one.
Let's go.
I was like, yo, you should watch Devilman Crybaby on Netflix.
Oh, I hate.
And he was like, that one was weird as fuck. But I remember like when I got done with it, like I sat in the dark for like an hour. Like I didn't want to like do anything. I was like sad.
Yeah.
that shit was just like off-putting. Fucking.
Did you both of you watch Goblin Slayer?
I don't think he did, but I did. I remember the first episode of Goblin Slayer dropping. I
think
remember
watched, like, an episode
I
or
remember
two
like
with-
the internet reacting to that first episode, and
me
then
too.
like they just didn't do that again.
Yeah, I know.
They're just like, oh,
there's
just
like
kidding.
there's like barely one other instance.
Do you
but,
know
like, it
about
was
Goblin
not
Slayer?
like that.
No, the manga is even more like graphic.
Yeah,
That's
no,
another one of
there's
those instances. But like
yeah, exactly.
they put out like
Yeah.
on TV, like not on TV, but like on streaming services.
What's the problem with it being so graphic?
So
though?
okay, well
Like,
I'm about to explain it.
we come out with all these horror movies like
so-
Terror.
Goblin,
He's fucking slicing
I-
girls' necks open.
I get what you're saying. Terrifier.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, in the second movie, he fucking cuts a bitch in half through a pussy.
That's what I'm saying. Like we come out with
He
this
hangs her
shit,
upside down. And he fucking cuts through, and dude, yeah.
Fucking The Boys.
No, I get what you're saying. So
How many people love that shit?
So
Fucking make the
here,
anime
I'll
right.
frame like the episode because I still like
been
kind of
saying
remember. So it's like Goblin Slayer is like a world where they all live in like what feels like a video game, right? Like you go
a
do
dungeon
you do
crawler
missions, you
anime.
get XP, you get gold, you get better weapons, you form a
Like
team.
that one movie,
It's like they're playing like World of Warcraft.
like that one movie where they're fucking
What, like Ready
Like
Player
Diablo.
One?
Yeah.
No. It's like
like it's a
you're in like Final Fantasy. Like you're
Sword
in
Art Online like that.
Kinda, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
solo leveling.
Yeah. But like the characters like
You have to
That's
pass
like-
that fucking wall.
the characters are just like
Tower of God. That's another one too.
that's
I
their
watched that one.
that's their world. Like they're not like people playing a video game. Like they live in that world. It's like a medieval world, and they take missions and you form like a team. So like it's like three young travelers who don't have any experience. They got to get their first mission.
So this is Albion Online.
Yeah. So he's like, you got
Don't you
you got the guy with the sword, like the knight, and he's like, we're gonna kill some goblins. Like this is gonna be so easy. So they go into this cave, and they see these goblins, and then they're little, they're easy to kill because they're just goblins. And he like goes to like they kind of get backed into a corner where there's like a few more than they thought, and the dude goes to swing his sword. But like I think the narrator does it where it's like something to remember when you're in goblin caves, like
Yeah.
the area isn't as like open as you think it is.
It cuts
So he
to
goes
this-
to like swing the sword and it's like ching, and he hits the roof and he's like and then like all of a sudden like four of them just fucking climb on him. They're like eating him, and then there's like chicks with him. I'm pretty sure. Well, they don't show it, but it's like heavily implied that this chick gets raped by like a fucking giant goblin.
Yeah,
like
they,
like
like-
a bunch of little
Like, the
ones
little
hold her
ones, like,
down.
hold her down, rip her clothes off, and hold her down, and then it's like the big one. Just
He like
kinda,
comes in and then you
it's
see his
like the
face
down
you
view.
see his face like turn and she like screams like he's like, yeah, I'm about to
Yeah.
fuck. And then the goblin slayer shows up and he's like standing there and he has like a red eye that's like glowing, and he just fucking like it's like the video game
show's
Doom.
sick as fuck.
The video game Doom?
Yeah.
He's like that for goblins. Like he shows up and he fucks them up.
The show's sick.
And then he like finds
but
like a bunch
there's goblin rape.
It's
and
fucked up.
Kind of hard to digest.
And there's even like lore for the goblin rape. It's like
Yeah.
there's little like goblin humanoids, and
Yeah.
he like finds like 20 of them, and
Oh
he's
my
like, you're
God,
probably
I
gonna
forgot
want to
about
look
that.
like he basically like because this chick got raped. She lives, and he like looks at her and he's like, you probably like don't want to be here when I do this, and he just fucking goes one by one and kills every single little fucking baby goblin with like a knife. It's crazy. And then after that though, after that
Hulk
first
and Black Widow, man.
after that first episode, like you don't see any of that ever again. Like he fucks up goblins and it's still like pretty graphic, but like there's not like goblin rape scenes after. It's just a weird first episode. Like they had to get their
Yeah.
viewers,
I guess.
with some like they had to like make a statement. And I remember
Wonder
like
what the manga looks like.
I remember hearing about that and then being like, no fucking way. And then I remember watching it and being like, fucking way, dude. They did it. Yeah. Like they showed that.
It's so good though. Like that.
It's
It's
pretty
fucking
when
fire,
he
bro.
goes like demon mode, he gets this like glowing eye that has like smoke coming off of it, and he's like smart, like he like thinks up like he's like they're stupid creatures, like, and he like builds like these like basic traps, and he's like and go, and he just like kills like 300 of them. It's cool. It's a cool.
And there's a movie at the end too.
Yeah, there's like 2 seasons in a movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I watched the 2 seasons, but I never saw the movie. But I would definitely say check that out. You guys should watch that.
I've seen it.
You should make him
Oh
watch
yeah,
it.
yeah. I'll watch it again.
And then I need to know what you think about that first episode, Tyler, because it is. I remember
Fucking-
that.
Dude, I might get hard. I mean, what?
What?
Whoa.
You will not, brother. I promise. It's kind of like fucking. You kind of get like sick. Like it kind of makes your stomach hurt when you watch it. Because it's like hopelessness. Like
Yeah, this is,
they all get fucked. Like one of the chicks gets like
I don't
knocked
think
over.
I'm really liking anime anymore.
I think I'm starting to like this anime.
Close start getting wrapped
on
up.
the-
Yeah, I think
on
I'm
next
starting to like
podcast.
Goblin
Unad. Yeah, Tyler comes back and he's wearing like a fedora.
I think I'm starting to like Goblin Slayer.
But definitely check out Goblin Slayer if you can handle it.
What do you mean if I can handle
No,
it?
I'm saying like to the people.
To the people. To the peeps. Mzerk, if you can handle that.
Yeah, check those 2 out. Berserk 94.
Can't
and
do it.
Goblin
Just go
Slayer.
back to Bleach.
Yeah. I haven't really. I kind of fell off the anime wave, but I'll get back on, boys. I promise.
I feel that about manga a little bit too. I haven't really read much in the last like 6 months.
I've just been reading books. Crushing books.
Crushing books.
I'd be watching movies.
Yeah, Tyler be watching. He showed me like some TikTok of this like
I hit Nathan every
literally
week.
looks like some Chinese fucking AI like
Every
garbage
week.
movie, and he's like, this movie was kind of ass, and I'm like, you saw it? Like, you know what this is? Like, you've watched
You know where
it?
they put the voiceover and they talk. This is what happens in this scene. It's like the AI Chinese voice.
Where they just like talk about the plot of a movie, but they won't tell
Your
you the name
TikTok's
of
not
it, and they
that
just
brain
upload
right
clips. He like showed it to me. He's like, yeah, this movie was kind of ass. I watched it. I'm like, you know, like, because like when I see it, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, I have no context to it. And he's like, yeah, this movie kind of sucked. Like, he watches the movies that no one else will. It's crazy. I'll give it to him. I think that's like a skill. Because like he can sit through like a movie. He'll be like, have you ever seen that one movie? And I'll be like, no, like I need a little more context. And he'll explain the plot, and it'll be like a completely original idea I've never heard of. And I'll be like, no, I haven't seen that. And then he'll like look it up. He'll be like, here it is. And it's like a movie that came out in 2016 that's on like some made up like Quibble.
Peacock.
Like, yeah, no, it's like on a bullshit streaming service like Tumbo. Yeah, it's on Tumbo. You can watch it on Tumbo.
That was like when we watched like Dead Man's Shoes or something. It was shot on like a fucking. They spent like $300 on the movie. Some fucking busted.
There's
shit.
some cool movies like that. Me and Cody
But it's like
watched
fire
one.
ass plot.
Me and Cody watched one where it was like about this like kid who lives in like a wasteland, like an apocalypse, like Mad Max type shit, and he's on a bicycle.
I'm watching it's not a movie, but it's similar. It's a shitty TV show.
Is it that
What is
From?
it?
Yeah,
It's called From.
From.
Yeah, he's like, have you seen this show From? And I'm like, no, I haven't. He's
It's
like,
on, it's on some.
he's like,
third
I've been
party.
hearing about it, so I started watching it recently. I'm like, oh, let's see what streaming services it's on. It's on MGM Plus. MGM, Metro Goldman Mayer Plus. Like what? That's crazy.
I'm 7 episodes in. It's all right.
That's hilarious.
Like I don't even. How did this show even like? Oh.
That's like
We'll continue without the cam.
my stepdad. He's like, oh yeah, I found. I was watching the basketball game the other night on this website, and it was running pretty good because we've been having issues lately. And he was like, I'm like, oh yeah, which one is it? He's like, meth streams. I'm like, okay. You got.
Yeah,
he's like got it on his phone, and
Fentanyl.
Dude.
he like
out.
clicks on
Dude.
it, and it's like three different
pop-ups.
tabs come up.
Dude, I remember there was like
I love him, but I fucking died inside.
there was like a I tried to get my dad to like
His
watch
bank
something
account
on
gets hacked.
Stream East. I tried to like set him up on Stream East on his phone. And he would like come back like every 10 minutes and be like, I don't know what's happening. And I'm like, what did you click? And he's like, I didn't touch anything. It just did it by. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, because I have like that
If you don't
natural.
have it set up on Brave or something,
Yeah,
if you go to click
yeah.
play, it brings up a tab.
Yeah, so I
Click
have it
out,
on
You go to
Brave.
click full screen, brings up another tab.
But I've done it
Fucking
for
bastards.
so long. Like I've used those websites for so long that
Just
doing
like
that
a-
like click play and like having that automatic like
Close
yeah,
the tab.
it's a little
back
easy.
to the.
it's I know that I just have to close that tab. Like it's just like instinctual to me.
It's funny that we know
I'll get
that.
him set up and I'll be like, all right, here. Like, and I'll like hand it to him, and be like, don't touch anything. And he'll come back like 10 minutes later and be like, what the fuck is this?
It's like FanDuel
It's like
ads.
25 alerts. Like, boom, boom. It's like trying to add stuff to his calendar. Have you ever seen
yeah,
that?
Yeah, that happened to my stepdad.
It'll like add it'll add a memo to every second of your calendar for the next
Yeah.
10 years, so your phone will sit there and be like alert, 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 alert,
so
alert, like calendar alert, calendar
I
alert,
forgot
calendar
about
alert.
that. Oh my god.
It'll
I
like take
forgot
over your
about that.
phone. It's so
Oh,
funny.
shit.
I think I remember
Oh my
helping you
God.
fix that for your stepdad. I think you called me and I had to be like
Did
I had to be like, okay, you're gonna go into your calendar and you gotta
Yeah.
like because it's like automatic
Oh my
memos or
God.
something, and you gotta like disable it.
That's hilarious.
It's
I was
dude,
about to hard reset his phone, and I was like,
dude,
called you,
it'll like
yo.
it'll like fuck your iCloud all up. Like it'll get into your
Yeah, it's
calendar
like
on
filling
your
up his
iCloud.
storage.
Yeah,
Oh my god, that's fucking funny.
I remember Gavin. Yeah, it's like that virus you had on that hard drive,
I was about to say it was like the same thing.
or it's just like you could
It's
never.
like homebrewed, and it read like it made my hard drive read as 0 gig, so I couldn't even open a program or anything because you need free space, like a
It would just.
free RAM storage to communicate with your hard drive. So when you open a program, it takes
It can like
It-
hold it to pass it to the next step.
Yeah, exactly.
And it
But
was just like-
if you read 0 out of 0, then you literally can't open.
It would like it would like bounce like it was trying to, and then just nothing would happen.
So
fucked.
fucked. You go into your BIOS and it's like 0 out of 900. I'm like, what the fuck?
And then we went to go like fix the drive, like repartition it, and it made a partition that took up the whole drive, like the whole space of it. So you couldn't even you didn't have room to get rid of anything. Like you were, like the best way I could explain like how I saw it is like you're like it like it's like a balloon that's filling up with air where like you delete an app, it'll like take that space instantly like in your hard
That's
drive.
weird.
Yeah.
So we drilled
like
a
a
hole in it
fucking-
and threw it in the pool and lit it on
Just
fire.
like
and-
quicksand, bro.
That's why I
Mhm.
hate computers.
That's because Gavin was torrenting video games. He was like, "Yeah, I got Mortal Kombat X
Yeah,
I
cracked."
bought that.
that's what it was.
If you want
Cracked.
to play, you can come play it on
Homebrew.
my computer.
No, I don't want to play.
He's like,
such a
"Nah, I
shitty
actually don't
game,
even
bro.
really want it anymore."
I played it for 8 hours.
Back
and
in the-
fucking-
Bricked a hard drive for it.
Yeah. Back in the Pirate Bay days.
I've never pirating video games is like I just feel like nothing good could like I pirated
I got
movies
so
and
much
TV shows,
from dude.
music
I
and all
got
that.
so much from it. It was crazy.
But like you can't play like multiplayer games.
When was the last time
Right?
you got on Guitar Hero?
I deleted it.
You have Guitar. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. You like figured out how to get Guitar Hero to run on PC, right?
Yeah, I did. And I played it.
Dude,
Played the whole game.
Yeah, I did.
that's a
In,
lot.
like, a couple days.
Sorry, I lied. I have torrented one video game, and it was Skate 3 for the PS3, so I can emulate it on my computer.
Nice.
And then Skater XL came out, and I deleted all the emulation software.
Yeah, that was before they fucked that up. Damn,
Yeah.
this is the OG Skater XL
Yeah.
crew right
It's
here.
working again.
Version
now.
1 with mods,
Really?
dude, with the mod menu.
I know they fixed multiplayer. I mean, they don't. I'm talking about the mods.
Yeah,
yeah.
The
because they
'cause
did that thing
they're-
where they integrated mods, like approved mods.
I
Same
played.
thing with Car X.
Wait,
Mhm.
because I played it within the last year. I think you played it with me
We
too.
played it like 4 months ago.
But it's still too floaty.
Yeah, because you needed that physics mod, the physics slider.
Mhm.
That's what it was called,
To
like the little
keep you-
slider to
to
make
pull
it
you down.
accurate. Yeah,
Put
and it
down
would
more.
you could make like how fast your board would flip, and like
Yeah.
you could like YouTubers would make like videos on like how to get
Yeah.
realistic settings.
Yeah, it was like the hard difficulty on Skater or on Skate 3. For
Yeah.
people that are listening.
Where there was
if
like
you
no
turn,
float
yeah,
to
if
it.
You turn the difficulty all the way up on Skate 3. That's what we were trying to achieve on Skater XL.
I remember
'Cause
when
the
we
default was like easy mode, so you would just float and land like just
So-
fucking
You could do like fucking the 720 tray flip.
yeah.
when
for
we
real,
got
flat.
when we got all the mods worked out for that game and we were having fun with it, and then they updated it, which broke all the mods. I remember like getting on and being like, well, let me see what the game feels like. And I remember like getting on and feeling like my character was like floating away. Like
yeah. Especially after we had the mods, and then
Yeah.
you go back to like the old. You're like,
and I remember like
you're landing way at the end of
Yeah.
the fucking bar,
Just
trying to grind.
blasting straight past it. I remember after that happened, like after like
Dolly 10 feet early.
the effort that
Yeah,
I
for real.
would have had to put back into it to get mods back in that game, I was like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I remember we were like on the forums, just like, dude, fuck that. Too many
It's just
Git,
too much
too many,
work.
too many GitHub fucking things.
Nexus
going on now.
mods and
Yeah,
yeah, I recall those days.
they like. They're so close though. They fixed multiplayer. Multiplayer ran really good. They have integrated a lot of the mods in.
Yeah, like
the
I remember all the
game.
maps. Like they brought a bunch of those mod maps, like the popular ones. They
yeah,
just made them
that and a
native.
little bit of the physics. It's easier to like you can download cosmetics in the game now too. Like
Yeah.
I just don't think they have funding
Been
to really.
You guys been
fix-
seeing stuff for Skate 4?
No.
No.
Dude, I
Well, they're
saw-
calling it skate.
I saw the like parkour.
Right.
Yeah, I saw a video.
Demonstration.
They ollied and then the fucking character grabbed onto like a bar and was swinging from bar
That's
to bar.
great.
Like it
Yeah,
was
you could do like parkour in it.
I heard it's gonna be really good.
I hope so. I think
I heard it's gonna be on PC
I think-
too. So.
I think Bones posted something about it. I think they
I'm
hit him
definitely
up to
gonna
get him
get
on the
it.
soundtrack. He
That'd be
posted
fire.
something with like the EA Skate logo on his Twitter.
that's dope.
So I was like, oh yeah, I'll probably
Yeah,
throw him
definitely
in.
gonna get that just for the nostalgia. 100%.
Probably, yeah. And it's native to PC, so it'll run when you buy it,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
easy.
Might as well. And it's actually.
God.
Oh yeah, I take that back. It might be $69.99.
the amount of like time I spent on Skate 3, like the Skate 3 as a video game, like through the
Oh.
years, like you could like turn that game on and like sit in a party chat for 5 hours and just talk and like not you're playing the game but your brain's not like you're just running around the map doing like finding
We
those
should do that
spots.
IRL. Like we would like. I know you guys weren't really part of this, but we would all link up, smoke a bunch of weed, and just
No,
fucking
I
pass the
remember we would
controller
go to-
around and play Skate
yeah.
3 all night.
Yeah, at your the house that you lived at by the school. I remember I would come over.
Yeah,
I'd come
when
over. I
was in
came
the
over on like a.
garage.
I came over at like a like. I came over at like 9, and we just sat like we just seshed, smoked weed, and then we hotboxed the Civic in the garage, and then we just sat on that couch in that front room and played Skate 3 for like 5 hours, just talking and like passing the like.
Yeah.
Like you would pull up to a spot and be like, I'm gonna try and do this, and then you'd give it like 3 tries, and you'd be like, if you landed it, you got to like keep. You just have to pick a spot and be like, I'm gonna try and do this, and then if you like fell, you'd be like, all right, here you go, like your turn.
MX versus ATV, every crash. Here you go.
Yeah, yeah, playing crashes on driving games like Forza,
We used to play Tekken 7 a lot too.
Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse. You remember that when
yeah,
we had the
used to play
tournament?
that too.
We like invited everyone over to Gavin's house.
We held a tournament for that.
and we
game.
had like a tournament with like brackets and everything for a Dragon Ball Z fighting game. One of the good ones. Oh my
Mhm.
god, that game was so fire.
That was a lot of fun.
I played that game.
I wish we
hella.
could have done that for Tekken. That would
Mhm.
have been fun.
I remember when Gavin first showed me Tekken, like brought me like I had never really been into fighting games, and I remember I came over and we played Tekken for like an hour, and he just like whooped my ass like for the entirety of the hour, and I was like, this isn't like it was literally like elementary school level. Like, okay, I'm not having fun anymore. Can we like do something else?
That's funny.
Because he would just and then I got my hands on Tekken, and the rest is history.
The rest is history. So many memories. Played a lot of ranked Tekken 7.
Yeah, getting your ass whooped by some Japanese dudes.
Yeah, bro. Getting my fucking shit pushed
I
in.
Like-
still can't
combo
play
locked.
fighting games.
No, fighting games are fun to play. I remember
They're fun with friends.
fighting games are like
just can't
I
do it,
think
bro.
everybody can get into fighting games, but like
My
the
brain goes autistic. I literally can't play it.
I think the big thing is like playing them in person,
Like
sitting at a TV and playing them.
I hop on Call of Duty last night. Fucking dropping 80 kills, no problem. Get onto a fighting game.
You got nothing, no gas in the tank.
Damn. You guys never played
What's
Injustice?
the 3-button combo?
I
again?
I put them on to when I came and visited. I think when I came and visited, I had Injustice and I had Mortal Kombat on my laptop, and I hooked it up at Josh and Cody's apartment. And we played like we got like hours out of it. Like we played
I
Injustice.
think I won 1 match out of 50.
We had a lot of fun with it, and then we jumped over to Mortal Kombat, and then at that point it was like serious. Like we were going hard on it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Tekken is like the next step up from that.
Yeah.
Tekken's like way more technical and way more serious than
Yeah, I can't do that.
Mortal Kombat. Because it has more mechanics to it, and you have was it third dimension?
lateral
lateral
movement.
Yeah.
You can like spin, like do 360, and then like
Mhm.
you can like knock him out of that. Which I think.
Yeah, so like you're dodging, but at the same time you're sidestepping.
Yeah, you can get like
But
one of
you're
those like
still
picture
2D.
perfect like sidestep like counter punches. It looks so
Yeah.
sick. That
That
game's
shit's
a
so
lot of
sick.
fun.
There's a boxing dude named Steve. Like his whole thing is like he weaves back, weaves to the left, weaves to the
He
right.
moves like Mike Tyson. He moves like like that's like
Last night.
no,
Oof.
dude. Look.
Shit was
Look.
sad.
This could have gone
I don't
down.
know what our expectations were. But
Look,
the hype
look,
is crazy.
I saw someone like talk about it, and this was
Hype
like
train.
this was like my takeaway from it. It was like, if Jake Paul knocked out Mike Tyson, then it's gonna be like, yo, Jake Paul, what the fuck?
It's a win-lose,
you knock-
lose-lose.
It's a win-win for Mike Tyson, because it's like if Jake Paul knocks out Mike Tyson in that fight last night, it would have been like, what the fuck? Jake Paul knocked out an old man. But then like if Mike Tyson like somehow knocked him out, like that jab that he got him with,
Mm.
if he like knocked him out, then everyone would be like, Jake Paul got knocked out by a fucking old man. Like, it was, dude.
Yeah.
Did you guys
Felt bad
watch
for
the
his
fight last
legs.
night? I realized
Yeah.
I got on right
Yeah,
after
yeah.
we didn't even talk about it. Dude, the commentators were hating on him the whole time. They were like,
Why is
"Wow,
bite
he
in his
does
glove?
his
You
legs.
gotta move more. Gotta move more.
Oh man, it's like Roy Jones Jr. is like fought Mike Tyson 4 years prior, and he's like standing on like the like ringside, like
Didn't he lose too?
it was a draw.
Oh, Jesus.
But like Roy Jones Jr. is standing there watching like a dude that is probably like he's fucking 58 years old, bro. He's
So,
there.
Real.
that was my biggest.
He
Bro
went
didn't even
8
get
rounds.
knocked down.
No,
he
that's
what
fucking
I'm
ate
saying.
punches, bro.
Yeah, he was
Jake
eating
Paul
his
was
Jake
throwing
Paul's
his best.
27. That's prime physique age.
Well,
He's
Prime
throwing
do you
his
think
physique
best
age.
punch, and you can't knock down a
do
fucking
you think
60-year-old
Jake
man.
Paul
For
was?
real.
Do you think Jake Paul was giving it his all last night?
Probably
after?
not.
The
I don't think-
after the 5th round. No,
No, I don't think like technically, but like he was gassed at the end of the fight.
the first 3 rounds he was swinging full power.
Dude, and every round would start and Mike Tyson would come out with like
He
a
would come
nasty
out-
combo.
yeah, he
and I would
would.
get like
Wow.
hope. Like I'd get like a little bit of like a little hopium of like,
I know,
oh
and
my
then
god.
That last round, I was like, maybe he saved it for this, and then he just fucking couldn't move.
Yeah, I think his knee. I think
Still
that was the
fire,
big thing
though.
was his knee. He didn't have his mobility.
Yeah.
Well-
My mom was like a little unimpressed by then. Like,
Yeah.
dude, he's
That's what I'm just trying to say is like the fact that he's 58 years. He's fighting someone half his age, like in a ring. He did
3rd.
he did 8 2-minute rounds, which is like the equivalent of 8 2-minute rounds is 16 minutes.
90%
Isn't
of
it
the
Don't
Basically,
they
like
say it's
doing
like
almost
a
like 4.5
marathon?
rounds. It's almost 4.5 rounds
They
of,
say,
of
like,
like
it's
actual boxing.
it's equivalent of like fucking achieving a marathon lasting that long.
Oh,
you know,
probably, yeah.
kind of-
I bet.
Like cardio.
90%
right?
of the world probably couldn't last 30 seconds in the ring.
That's what I'm saying, especially in a fight. Like adrenaline's high. Obviously they
Yeah,
get
have you,
used to it, but
like-
you still get that
Throwing-
rush.
Have you
Throwing
ever
punches
been?
and
Have you
getting
ever been in a
punches thrown at you?
fight? Like,
yeah,
like,
exactly. Have
get,
you ever
like-
recall when you were in a fight? Like
45 seconds in,
I
if
remember-
you're like
You're like-
actually like throwing hands, you're like, oh, fuck you, fuck you.
like by the like I
Because
remember so many
just
times at the
unlocked the
end
memory
of the
for
fight.
me.
You're
where I'm,
hyperventilating, crying because you're so mad. Even if you
I'm
like
burning in my throat. and
Why'd
my
you make me
lungs,
do
like-
that?
I remember at the skate park, I got into a 3-man fight. It was me, and 2 of my buddies fighting these 3 douchebags. And the kid I was fighting was like, I think he was taking boxing classes because he just came out like, it was like,
Oof.
and I was
You're
just
like,
running
"Oh, fuck."
backwards, fucking doing this the whole time. Fucking, I didn't even get to throw a punch on that kid. I fucking tried throwing a punch at one of his buddies that was fighting my friend, and he slipped in the bowl and went under my punch. I would have knocked his ass out. But after that fight, dude,
You're gassed, huh?
my fucking throat was so dry, like it like started
Fucking-
closing,
Damn.
Yeah.
and like I needed water
Yeah.
to start breathing normal again.
Yeah. I remember being in multiple fights and I'm just burning, bro. Like my lungs, like after a long run, kind of. feel
Yeah,
like-
my thing
Exactly.
with like
Ran a
fighting,
mile.
like getting
Yeah.
into like an elementary school or like middle school fight. Like I just remember like afterwards, like whether or not I got like because I got like punched in the head. Like I think I was in one fight where someone actually like punched me in the face. Like I've only been punched in the face once,
Damn.
right? And like he didn't even like get me in the face. He got me like
In the noggin,
like right here.
right in the temp.
It didn't hurt. No, it was like temples right here. He got me like in the skull. Like it didn't hurt.
It's
But
just
like I
what the
remember
fuck, man?
afterwards, like the feeling of like fighting someone, like after like the adrenaline and all that, like your head hurts and like you're like your body's like hot, like no, and like can't catch your breath. You're like mad. Like I just remember like
regardless of the outcome,
like-
you always feel the same.
getting in a ring and doing 8 rounds of that
Yeah.
is and I'm sure like he has the like the control that like a fighter has on like his breathing and like his nerves, but like fucking he's 58 years old.
Yeah, and that was the thing that pissed me off. They just kept saying he was 58. Round up, bro. He's 60 years
Yeah,
old.
yeah, no,
Honestly,
fair enough.
He
I
is
mean, he's Mike.
fucking 60
Dude,
years
have
old.
you heard him on podcasts? He's like, yeah, I fucking eat mushrooms like 5 times a
He
week.
is living his life.
He'll just eat mushrooms and then hop on a podcast and like hang out. Like totally, I'm like, dude, Mike Tyson's out. He's gone.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, but like,
He's not the fighter he was.
no, of
he
course
still
not.
can murder somebody.
But it's still fucking Mike Tyson, I think he said it best. He was like, people are asking me why I'm 58 years old, like want to box again. He's like, who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna tell me I can't? You gonna step up and tell me no? Like, I was like, I'm not.
I mean, the only people that could would be his family.
Yeah. No, definitely. I feel like that's the only temperament
hey
he has
Grandpa,
on that.
you're fucking almost 60 years old. Can you not fight?
You guys watch that co-main event of those female boxers?
Yeah,
That
dude,
shit
they
was-
were fucking cracking.
That shit was
each other.
crazy. They're going to
Shout out my
ham.
homeland, baby. Except she headbutted.
Yeah. Okay. So
So they were all bitching about it.
that guy
was
at the
like,
end. Yeah. The
Bitching
fucking
about
the
it?
coach. Did you
yeah,
watch it?
Did you not hear
He-
that?
Did
Dude-
you see how bad she was
Oh,
leading
yeah.
with her head?
No. Yeah. She split that
Yeah.
chick's. But that guy after the post
It was already
fight.
cut open, and
the-
she popped her skin, bro.
The
It's
post fight,
crazy.
that dude grabs
Yeah.
the mic and he's like, "We don't do none of that head." But he's like, "Yeah, we'll do a rematch.
do a
Make sure none
rematch."
of that headbutting's in there." Like, and then
And then he proceeds to go off for like the next 5 minutes.
the guy who like has the mic like keeps giving it to him, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna go get some more." And the guy's like, "And one more thing, real quick." Like,
Cheating ass.
yeah. He's like, "We don't want to do, we don't want to do none of that." Blah blah blah. And he's like, it's just like, I also hold on.
She was leading with her head.
There's like
heavy,
3
though.
things that night. It was that fight, obviously, like the Jake Paul fight, and then that fucking Indian dude humping that guy.
Dude, I saw the TikTok of that. I didn't
yeah.
even watch that fight.
Bro, I was watching it, and he was like, he was like boxing good. Like he had hands.
Yeah, and then
But then he did that
pushed
shit,
him
and
to
I was
the
like, "Oh
corner
my
and humped
god!"
him.
I was like, "I want that guy to get his fucking head taken off his shoulders." Like that is the lamest shit I've ever seen. But yeah, that was a spectacle last night.
I feel like every fight was rigged.
Hey, dude, maybe.
Like the first fight, the dude that came out, 150 million social
Also-
media followers.
Seeing this whole thing, like this fight, and like how bad it ran for everybody at home. Like Netflix has the rights to do the Christmas Day games.
Really?
All the Christmas Day football games are going to be on Netflix this year, and if they don't fix that shit, people are going to be fucking pissed. Everyone's going to be packed in a hot-ass house with their family
already
being like,
talked
what the
about
fuck
this.
is going on with the TV?
We already talked about this though on a previous podcast.
Did we?
Everything's gonna be going to a streaming site, and
yeah.
they're gonna have control over what you watch, when you watch.
No,
it.
yeah. And sporting events now, live sporting events. And like Netflix clearly isn't built to handle that kind of stuff. And
Which
they're
makes
trying.
makes me think they the whole IP address. If you're not in the same house, you have to have a different account.
Maybe that's why they did that. Yeah, true. Because now they're dealing with like
more
it's like
and more control.
a paper that boxing event would have been like $60 to $100, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Netflix is giving it to you for free, but you have to have a Netflix. But like, no, you're right on that. That's probably why
you
they
can
did
have
that.
a family plan, and like your kid could be at college trying to watch Netflix, and it's like, oh, sorry,
Yeah, they have it like that. now.
that's
well, I
fucking
mean, they have
retarded.
like security codes, but it does. I think it's like every 30 days or something.
But now that
you
you're
have to,
saying
like,
that,
enter a code.
that's definitely.
Security code, yeah.
I think you're
two-step.
right, Tyler. I think that's why they hammered down because like they were claiming they were losing all this money, but they kept raising prices, right?
Mm.
I think Tyler's right. I think they did
all
it because they're
preparation.
gonna try and get into sports streaming.
Fuck no.
I'm gonna
Nope.
so now
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna
get.
have
Hold
to
on.
have
What did you
this
say? What
streaming
streams
for this
does it?
sport.
Meth streams?
Yeah, meth streams. Look it up, guys.
Crystal
Methstreams.com.
meth streams.
Methstreams.com.
K-hole streams.
We're not
.org.
we're not plugging our TV and show one yet, though. You guys can't have that.
No, gotta keep the sauce secret on that.
Got to keep the view count a little
You guys
low
can-
so I can run
You
it.
guys can keep to the 1, 2, 3 movies.
Yeah, M4U free. 1, 2, 3 movies. Stream East, you could have Stream East. Stream East.
We got.
But yeah, it's the
others.
same thing. Like to watch NBA games,
Mm-hmm.
I got to pay for the league pass.
Yeah, I remember it wasn't
$17.
all the.
I can only get
And is that on cable?
on average like 7 out of 12 games.
what's the name of
a
that
day.
Bally's?
That's
Bally's
cable?
The Bally's streaming thing.
Bali? Yeah, they canceled it. It's like
Yeah, that's
$90 a
stupid.
month for strictly Arizona sports. So you can get all the Cardinals games, all the D-backs games, all the Coyotes games,
But you know it's fucked.
and all the Suns games.
They don't even play Cardinals games on Arizona like satellite TV. You can't get it for free.
Really? Well, probably because it was on Bally, but Bally's is over now.
Like you,
Yeah, Bally's are bankrupt.
for us to watch any
Good.
Cardinals game at my house, you have to have like the NFL pass or whatever.
Oh
yeah, or ESPN.
You
or
can't just
whatever.
turn on the TV and the Cardinals game's going to be playing.
That's
on
the
a
thing
normal
too.
channel.
Like we have these exclusive Arizona services, and it's fucking annoying.
Yeah, keep pirating sports. Keep doing that.
Keep making that shit accessible, man. Like everyone's catching
Stop
on,
paying
so
for
it's
that
like
shit.
it's really high traffic in some spots.
Well, think about it. Like
It's fucking
our
annoying
parents
trying to
didn't have
watch
to
it.
pay to watch football growing up. Like
Not at all.
that was on ABC, NBC, ESPN, like Fox Sports.
Fucked up.
they
and
paid
now-
for the cable.
I think it costs you like $800 to watch every NFL game this year. or some stupid number.
Jesus.
Like if you wanted to watch every single NFL game, you'd have to pay like $800 for the year, or it might even be more than that.
Or you can have a YouTube
Might even be a
account.
couple grand.
That's
You don't
just
even need
crazy.
the YouTube account. You just need something to pull up YouTube on. Go to the NFL YouTube channel and you can watch every game, but cut that game down to 10 minutes.
That's the brain rot version of football. Tyler's sworn by it for years. He just watches the game
Fuck
recaps.
watching the whole games, bro. Fucking watch the Chiefs game. Tell me
Nah.
how many times their offensive line false starts and holds and they don't call it.
I'll
Tell me that shit ain't rigged.
I'll fucking. You can.
Guess
can
who's
have
winning
that.
the Super Bowl?
Nah, Falcons. Falcons, obviously, baby.
The Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens.
Baltimore Ravens are never
The
gonna win a
Chiefs.
Super Bowl.
The Baltimore. The Redskins.
Ohio State.
They lost, dude. Couldn't even watch the fucking boxing matches without seeing the fucking Chiefs yesterday.
What do you mean?
They fucking had a commercial with the Chiefs and Taylor
Oh.
Swift in it.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Wild.
No. I didn't.
All right, I don't mean to
catch
cut
that.
it short. I gotta take a fucking piss.
Oh, well, I mean, it's already an hour and a half, dude.
Yes.
We could end it here, boys. I mean, we gave them some free sauce at the end of the ep, you know? So, all right, that's been another episode of Camp Cozy. Keep your eye out for maybe some potential hate watch content from Gavin. I'll be hitting a fireside chat maybe here soon. I got the inklings of another topic to discuss, so
You
I'm gonna
come up
start
with your own little
developing that.
slogan.
and yeah, have a good one.
Bye bye.